Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Citizen, and in today's video I'm going to show you all my entire coloring book collection. For some people it might be a small coloring book collection, and for others this might be a large coloring book collection. And for me, I think my collection is quite huge. I have about 46 books, and I'm going to show you them all for you in this video. The thing with the editing, I have this pause button on my camera that I like to use when I want to pause my videos instead of editing them, because I don't like editing. And yeah, so it's going to be in several sections, and the first section I'm going to do my large and the hardcover books, and yeah, so let's get right into it. So first off, we have the biggest of them all, and it's the Book of Beast, Color and Discover. Now this book have a lot of, you know, mythological creatures in it, and yeah, I'm sort of into mythological and fantasy scenes when I color, so that is why I bought this book. I have done 1.5 page in this book, which I'm going to show you in another video, where I'm going to show all my colored pages, finished and unfinished. But yeah, it's quite cool because this book is also, not only is it huge, it's also separated into different sections as well. So here we got Earth, and yeah, and here we got like wind, creatures that are associated with wind, and so on and so on. We got water, and eventually we got fire. So that is quite a cool concept. Now this book is so huge I cannot even fit it on screen because it's so huge. So yeah, that's the first book, and I have no idea who illustrated this, but yeah, I found it on Book Depository and I got it from there. And then we have Skymningssagor by Maria Trolle, and I actually got this. No, I didn't get it on sale now. Think of it. I forced my boyfriend to purchase it for me. I guess it's I got it for a bargain. So I have a few pictures in this book and that I've done, and as you can see, it has both a black background and a white background, and it has it's got a lot of flowers and nature pictures. And what I think is really neat with this book is that in the back there are like this registry of all the pages. You sort of have to count where all the pages are, but it tells you what all the flowers are called in Latin, and in that way you can sort of look them up online if you want to know how they look in real life. Now here I've just done some test things. I did a thing with markers to see if it bled through, and of course it did. And yeah, so, and then I sort of marked my pages that I've done, that I've finished. So that's a sort of a neat little tracking system that I use for me, and just to keep in everything in order, what I've done, what I've not done, and so I can easily just count the pages to check what kind of flowers are in the picture. So that is something that I've done. And next up we got Tidevarv by Hanna Karlsson, and this is progression through the year. So first off we have things that are associated with spring, and then later on here we got some chickens that I'm thinking about doing this Easter, and this sort of progresses through the entire year. And here we got summer. So this entire section from this page is just spring pictures, and yeah, it sort of progresses through every season of the year. So here we got a whole, you know, of a whole chunk of pages that is just associated with summer and summertime. So yeah, so what I like to do is, like, if I want to do a picture in this book, I check what season it is. Right now it's starting of spring, so if I wanted to do a page in this book, I would choose a picture that is correspondent to that season. So that's just the way I want to do it. That's something people don't have to do, but I like to do it like that. Next up we got Skymningssagor by Hanna Karlsson. I haven't done anything in this book, and I don't know, I feel a little bit guilty that I haven't done anything in this book. But yeah, there's a lot of jewelry, as the name suggests. Skymningssagor is jewelry box in English, and that is the English title for this book as well. So you got a lot of jewelry. She has a lot of animals that are embellished with gems and jewelry and such. So I haven't done anything in this book, and I don't know, I just feel so intimidated by everything. That's the thing with Hanna Karlsson's book, that there's a lot of things going on. So I do feel intimidated by some of her pictures. But yeah. And then next up we have another book by Hanna Karlsson that I haven't colored in yet, and that is Mythological. And I do know this is one of her books that I don't like as much as her other books, but I did buy this because it was on sale. So yeah, so I bought it because it was on sale. And yes, I've been thinking about doing some pages in this book, but I haven't gotten around to do it. And this book is sort of themed of magic and that sort of things. Magisk gryning means like magical dawn, which I also think is the English title for it. And so you got a lot of gems and magical animals and all sorts of that, which I do think is kind of nice. And yeah. And next up we have Sommarnatt by Hanna Karlsson. This book I had a color along in, and then my grandma died and I sort of went into a depression and I needed a time off from everything during that time, and yeah, I have no idea what's going to do with the color along, because I did, let me see, I did a color along with this page, and I don't know what's going to happen with the color along. At some point I do mean to finish this, and we will just have to wait and see what I will do with that. But right now I have no idea, if you're wondering if I'm going to pick this up or not. And who knows, maybe this summer I will pick Sommarnatt Summer again and continue on with this and do all the other pages that I planned to do. But right now I don't know what to do with this, because it's just a little bit too painful for me. But anyway, I have a few colored pictures in this, and as the title suggests, it's based around summer nights. So that is a neat theme, I think. And as I said before, I'm going to show the color pictures in another video. And lastly, of the huge and I don't know, hardcover books, we have Fantasia by Nicholas F. Chandranwainata, who people usually refer as Nicholas Filbert. And it has a lot of fantasy scenes. Oh, this one I'm nearly completed with. I just need to do her hair and do some finishes, and then I'm done with this. But anyway, this book has a lot of fantasy elements in it, and that is the reason why I got it, because I am really into anything fantasy and mythological. I'm trying to fit this as good as I possibly can. But I have done a few pictures in this book, and I want to continue working in it as well, because I really like these pages a lot. Sometimes I just flip through this book just to look at the unfinished pages, because I do think they are so beautiful. But yeah, I'm going to pause this video right now, and for you guys it will only take a fraction of a second, and then I'm back. So, see ya. Alright guys, I'm back, and now we continue with the other part of my coloring book collection. So we started off with Dragonology. I think the title is self-explanatory what the content of this book is. and it just is filled with different types of dragons. So if you're into dragon, this is definitely the book for you, because it does not it does have a lot of dragon pictures, and it also have a little bit of information of the dragon with the corresponding picture. And I have colored a few in the front. And yeah, I'm looking forward to coloring this as well. So yeah, because I really enjoy this coloring book, except for some of the dragons have these type of scales, and those are super tedious to color. And especially like a lot of the dragons have like these kinds of claws, and those are also super tedious to color. So I guess that is my only problem with this book, that some things I don't like about it, but other things I really, really like because I like dragons. And in the same, I don't know, I guess series, we have Egyptology, the coloring companion. And if you are into Egyptian stuff, ancient Egyptian stuff, this is the book for you. I haven't, unfortunately, not colored in this book, and I have a flip through of this book if you want to see this entire book. But yes, so a lot of Egyptian stuff. I thought when I bought it, I thought it would be more Egyptian gods and such, but there's a lot more with it. But yeah, I have been thinking about doing a picture in this book, but yeah. So that was Egyptology, the coloring companion. Now, next up we have a book that I was like, should I get it? Should I not get it? I don't know. It was when I picked it up, it was 10 kronor, which is roughly the equivalent of $1. So that's why I got it. And I don't like this type of coloring books at all, because it is just wallpapers. I don't like wallpaper at all. But it has a few neat things with it as well. And if you guys are wondering, I think this book in English is called, yeah, the original title is The Wallpaper Coloring Book. And as you can see, this is the different kinds of wallpapers throughout the ages that were in style. And it sort of brings that, like, it's more like, okay, this is wallpaper, and this is the wallpaper's history, and there's a lot of pugs everywhere. And yeah, I don't think I see myself coloring it. But I do think it's kind of neat that with every age there's like a little description about, a little information about wallpaper during that time period. So that's kind of neat that you get like this history to it. And then also at the back of it, which I do think is quite neat, even if you don't like wallpapers or not, you have these color sheet that were popular at the time in wallpapers. So if you have trouble with a picture and you want like this other kind of color scheme, you can just go to this book and just choose a color scheme from this book and apply it to another picture, which I do find quite handy. So yeah, so I haven't done anything in this, and I don't think I'm gonna keep it either. I might at some point just do a giveaway and give this away to someone who watches my videos who actually are into wallpaper coloring books, but this is not for me. Then we have Johanna Basford's Lost Oceans. This is the Swedish edition, and I'm nearly complete. I have nearly completed this book. I have one page left at the back, and I just cannot find inspiration to finish it. So when I finish with this book, I will do a complete flip through of all the finished pages in this one. But right now, I don't know why, I just can't find myself to finish this piece. And it's sort of nagging me when I start a new coloring page and I see like, maybe I should go back to this one and finish this book and make a video about it and be proud of myself that I actually finished a coloring book. But yeah, no, right now I just can't see myself doing it. Maybe it's because, I don't know, like a mental blockage or something, I don't know. But that is the situation right now. Otherwise I have almost completed it except for that one page. And this one I sort of considered as finished because I can't bear myself to finish it. So what I do think about this book is I sort of see it like a journey, because I had it from the start, from the beginning when I was totally new to coloring, and I can see through flipping from every side that how I progressed, because I started everything with the first page and I sort of, you know, just can see myself how I evolved through all this time throughout this book. I'm really happy with that one. But yeah. And next up we got Secret Garden by Johanna Basford. This one I have already a sticker on it. So you know it was on sale. It cost 50 Swedish crowns, which is like, I don't know, $4 or $5. And I'm not so big of a fan of her first book. I guess I just bought it because it was on sale. And I think I have one finished picture in this book that I did for a color along. But other than that, I haven't really colored in it. And yeah, and I don't think I will either. I don't know, maybe at some point. There are a few pages in Secret Garden that I do like, that I feel like, I want to do that page. See if I can find one of those. I don't know, there are pages in here that I do feel like, it would be, you know, neat to color them. But I don't have like an urge to color her pages in this book. I wonder if I can't really find it at the moment. Then next up we have Yasmin Beckett Griffith Halloween coloring book. And now this book have sort of been like this, I don't know. Sometimes I do find myself coloring in this, and sometimes like, oh my gosh, why did I buy it? Now I did buy it for a color along, and recently I've been in a mood that I really wanted to color her works. I did this one. I'm really proud of it because I don't know. I really like how the sky turned out, and yeah, and how the skull turned out. And this one I'm also proud of. This is one of the first coloring pages that I did for a very, very long time. I guess this page was the first page that I actually did after my grandma's passing. So yeah. So I have other few colored pictures in this book that I'm going to show you when I'm doing all my colored pages. But yeah, I have a few colored pages in this one, and it's all Halloween themed, as from the title. And those like small ones, small portrait coloring, it's like four pictures in one. I sort of just use them for experimental stuff. Here I try to experiment with colored pencils and an alcoholic blender marker. So yes, I sort of reserve them when I want to do something experimental, I guess. When I don't know what to do, and I just use them to do something, I guess. And next up we got one of my favorite coloring books, which is Skisser from Nordiska Väsen by Johan Egerkrans. I know that that people in the US have had trouble to get a hold of his books, and yeah, because he's not on Amazon, I think. I don't know. I haven't really checked that out, but yeah, I really like this book. I really like the way he does his pictures. I have a few colored pictures in this book as well, and I really like his style of illustrating. Oops. And this is a work in progress, and yeah, so it's all mythological folklore creatures from Scandinavia that he illustrates. Oh yeah, and in this one I made this entirely in coffee, because in his sort of like in this text he was talking about how you can use different kinds of media, and one of those medias could be coffee or tea. So I guess I got inspired by that and did this little tomte or gnome in entirely just out of coffee, I guess. Yeah, and here I just tried on different kind of media, what works with the paper and what doesn't work. So yeah, and most of the things I colored in with this book had been watercolor pencils, if you guys are wondering. And in this last batch of coloring books I have Skisser från Nordiska Gudar by Johan Egerkrans, and this one is his second coloring book, and it's all based around Norse mythology. and all the stories associated with Norse mythology. So you got Valkyries, and you got different kinds of gods from Norse mythology, and different kinds of creatures from that. And I think it's really cool, and I started this one, didn't like how her skin turned out to be, and then I just dropped it. But I do want to continue this page, and I do want to continue in this book, because as I said before, I really like his drawing style. I really like this sort of sketchy look, and yeah, got some really cool pictures in. And yeah, and he also signed this for me. And yeah, and also another thing, I'm going to start a giveaway soon with this book in mind. It is also signed by him, but unfortunately it says to Mia from Yuan. I think he thought both of the books that I wanted signed was for me, but yeah, one of them is going to go out in a giveaway, because I promised I would do a giveaway of this book once I'd gotten 500 subscribers, which I have. I think I have like 600 now, so yes, so it's long overdue. So I'm just gonna go and get another batch of books, and I'll see you guys in a second. So the third batch of coloring books has arrived, and I'm going to start off with Coloring Haven Nouveau Fantasy Special. I have this now on subscription, so yeah, so I'm gonna get, I think the second one is due in the 20th this month. But anyway, oh yeah, so now I'm subscribed to Coloring Haven coloring magazine, and the first one was this one, which has illustration with Herb Leonard, and I'm really grateful for that, because it has a lot of fantasy theme to them, and I really like, as I said before, I love anything fantasy. And I actually did a picture in this one, and it is the Holly King. And I'm thinking next up that I'm going to do this one.